Building. What up, though?
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
Good, good. How are you, man?
Doing well, man.
We were just doing a little bit of pre-show announcements and all that. But yeah, man. 316 spaces this weekend. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be dope. You already know how that goes. But
Yeah.
we're not even gonna waste any more time. We're gonna get right into the show because this past week it was official. Jade Cargill is with WWE. According to ESPN, she has inked a multi-year contract with WWE. She is officially the first signee during the TKO era. Last week, obviously, we had all those releases, but she's the first person that WWE has acquired under TKO. And in her interviews with Jade's interviews, she was just talking about how she wanted to be in WWE. This is always one of her goals. How Cody Rhodes' friendship was a big factor in her coming over to WWE. I just wanted to know how you guys feel about the arrival of Jade Cargill in WWE.
For me, I thought it was huge,
Mm,
considering the fact that me personally, I didn't think that she was actually going to join WWE. I thought she was going to like
mm,
resign with AEW, but I'm glad I was wrong because I think that Jade didn't live up to her full potential in AEW, especially with the least amount of opponents that she didn't wrestle, like Britt or Saraya or Tony Storm, females like that. And now that she's in WWE, she's going to do, I think, very well. She's going to be in the performance center more often. She has great coaches to learn from. She have great women wrestlers to gain knowledge and experience from, like Charlotte,
mm.
Becky, Bianca, Jade. I mean Rhea. So I just think it's going to be very exciting to see what Jade does in WWE.
Yeah.
Xavier, what are you feeling about this?
I believe that it's a great opportunity for her. I mean, it puts her on a bigger scale. She can go do movies. She can do basically whatever she wants, appearances for WWE, things like that. And also, like TJ said, working at the performance center, she'll have the best coaches around and the best talent to learn from, and just be better all around as far as her promo work and her in ring work.
I agree with the both of you. I don't think that Jade was properly utilized in AEW. I feel like she kind of was bigger than the championship that she carried in the TBS title. I feel like she raised the prestige of it, raised the value of it, but it always felt like she was a main eventer. For she was someone who could have main evented big shows and could have had matches with all the women that you guys had just mentioned between Tony Storm and Saraya and all these different women. And I don't think that she got that opportunity. I don't think it's right, but I feel like part of what is going to make her pop in WWE, she's definitely going to be a main eventer. She's already discussed, talking about the possibility of her and Bianca as a WrestleMania main event, which I think is more than possible. With
Yeah.
Jade and Bianca being a WrestleMania main event sometime in the near future. But I think it's just great to see Jade doing her thing and be in WWE. I think it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be super super tough, and I'm just very much looking forward to it. I was gonna say, did either of y'all have anything else to add on about Jade and WWE, about potential matchups, anything? Talk to me.
I was going to say, can you imagine at WrestleMania that AKA entrance? That'd be fire.
That would
Yeah.
be nuts.
Yes.
Do you think she's
Like,
gonna
I
keep?
can only imagine. My
Do you
bad.
think she's
I can
gonna keep?
only imagine.
Oh, go ahead.
My
Sorry.
bad. No, I was going to say was that I can only imagine the entrance that Jade and Bianca would have to try to like outduel each other at WrestleMania. That ever happened? It's crazy.
That'd be wild. But like I was
That'd be
saying,
amazing. But Xavier, what were you about to say? Because you were about to say something and then you stopped.
do you think she's gonna change? They're gonna change her name, or they're gonna let her keep it?
Well, I crazy thing is when they did an interview with her, they said that they're letting her keep her name.
Okay.
Or she said that that was something that was very important to her for her to retain her name coming over to WWE. And I think it's smart. Obviously, you know, I feel like she had a lot of success with that name. I feel like it carries a lot of weight and a lot of value. And I think that part of, the allure of it all is that the fact that she's able to come over as herself. So I think I think she'll be able to keep her name. She said that she's going to be able to. So, we'll see what's going to happen.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
glad.
can I add one more thing to it?
Go ahead.
For like the people on Twitter who are angry about Jay leaving, like if you're getting angry now, imagine if like Ricky Starks or Wardlow leave to go to WWE too. Like,
I think that they're going to be mad. Ooh, I'm so glad that you brought that up.
yeah,
I feel like this Jade thing is not a coincidence. I don't think it's a coincidence. Um, because I feel like we're about to start seeing a good amount of AEW guys make the jump. I
yeah,
feel like we saw with Cody. NXT was a couple nights ago. We saw those Brian Pillman Jr. vignettes. So
Yeah,
he's about to make a splash. Obviously Jade. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if Wardlow is next. He strikes me as a WWE guy.
yeah,
He strikes me as someone who would like he gives me Batista. Like Warlow
yeah.
gives me Batista, and I think that he would thrive. But how do y'all feel about like all these AEW guys jumping over? Do you think it's just like by happenstance, or you think this is like a thing that's about to really pop off and happen?
I think it's inevitable because 2024 is coming up. Most of them are going to be free agents, so it's going to be fair game at that point. You got Ricky Starks, like you said, Wardlow. Um, I mean, uh, Brian Cage. All those guys that look like WWE guys. So um, we'll just have to see. And as far as like Jade Cargill, to go back to that, I mean, I feel like as long as they put her in the ring with the right opponents, I feel that she's gonna learn a lot. I mean, just from last last night or a couple nights ago, you see they put Dominic and Dragon Lee in the ring together, and they made magic. So
That match
anything's
was tough.
possible. Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
That
and
match was.
I think too. Ever since Cody left and came back to WWE, I think a lot of the AEW guys and girls in the locker room watched that and saw if they treat Cody this way, then hopefully it'll be the same way towards me.
Mm.
And also, I think not only just like the new guys from AEW, like maybe old WWE guys too, like Aleister Black and Malachi Black, who I think who's been underutilized ever since Cody left AEW. I
Mm-hmm.
think he should go back to WWE too. Andrade maybe, you know, like, just great.
I agree, and it's funny because apparently there have been rumblings and reports of Malachi Black not being satisfied at the amount of singles matches he's getting. But
Yeah,
listen, everybody, I think when Cody kind of left and jumped ship, everybody was like, "Oh, that's just one guy." But the realization is that all it takes is one. All
yeah.
it takes is one to start the wave, and I feel like we're on the cusp of the AEW to WWE wave. So we'll see
And I
what
mean,
happens with that. We're gonna move on, but I want to know what everybody at home thinks about Jade Cargill officially signing to WWE with that multi-year contract.